Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum students. Students, previously we had completed chapter number 10, gaseous exchange in 10 biology, and today we are going to start our next chapter, that is homeostasis. In this chapter you will learn what is homeostasis and how plants and animals maintain homeostasis. You will also learn the excretory system of humans, structure of kidney, and the associated disorders of kidneys. So let's start today's topic, homeostasis, its examples, and how plants maintain homeostasis. So first of all, we will discuss what is homeostasis. Homeostasis is defined as maintenance of internal body conditions at equilibrium despite changes in external environment. What is homeostasis? It is defined as maintenance of internal body conditions at equilibrium despite changes in external environment. So basically, homeostasis is the maintenance of internal body conditions at balance or at equilibrium whether the external environmental conditions are changing or not. There are various examples of homeostasis, but in this chapter we will learn about three major examples. First one is osmoregulation, second is thermoregulation, and third one is excretion. Now we will discuss all these three examples in detail one by one. Osmoregulation is defined as the maintenance of concentration of water and salts in blood and other tissue fluid. So basically, maintaining the concentration of water and salts in blood and tissue fluid is called as osmoregulation. For example, the processes of diffusion and effusion follow the principle of osmoregulation. Both these processes control the movement of water and salts inside and outside the cells and maintain the homeostasis of cells. Second example of homeostasis is thermoregulation. Thermoregulation is defined as maintenance of internal body temperature. For example, all the enzymes of human body work best at a specific temperature, that is 37 degrees centigrade. So this is an example of thermoregulation. Third example is excretion. In excretion, metabolic wastes are eliminated from the body. Metabolic wastes are those substances which may be harmful for the body and they should be removed or eliminated from the body. For example, during sweating, various types of salts and extra water is excreted or removed through the skin. So till here we had discussed homeostasis and its examples. Now we will discuss how plants maintain homeostasis. Homeostasis in plants. Being living organisms, plants also respond to environment to maintain internal body conditions at constant or at equilibrium. So, plants maintain homeostasis by removing of extra carbon dioxide and oxygen. They may maintain homeostasis by the removal of extra water, and they also maintain homeostasis by the removal of other metabolic waste. Now we will discuss all of these three in detail one by one. Students, first we will discuss removal of extra carbon dioxide and oxygen. But first we will discuss how plants remove extra carbon dioxide. As you know that carbon dioxide is produced during daytime in the process of cellular respiration and it is used in photosynthesis. So during daytime, carbon dioxide is not a waste product. But at night, when there is no photosynthesis, there is no utilization of carbon dioxide. And plants remove this extra carbon dioxide through various processes. For example, this extra CO2 can be eliminated by the process of diffusion which takes place into the tissue cells. Similarly, this extra carbon dioxide can be removed through stomata, which are present on the epidermis of leaves and young stems. This extra carbon dioxide can also be removed through the general surface of young roots and root hairs. The root hairs are tiny extensions of epidermis of roots. Now, how plants remove extra oxygen? As you know that oxygen is produced by the process of photosynthesis and it is used in cellular respiration. The oxygen that is not used in cellular respiration is removed through the stomata. Now we will discuss removal of extra water. The main source of water for plants is soil, and it provides the plants turgidity. During daytime, most of the water is lost through transpiration. Hence, during daytime, extra water is not a problem for the plants. But at night, you know that stomata are closed and there is no transpiration. In this case, there is high water content in the soil. This water enters into the xylem vessels through roots. Some plants like grasses have special pores on their leaf tips or edges. From the xylem vessels, this water reaches to the leaf tips or edges and form drops. The appearance of these drops on leaf tips or edges is called as guttation. Remember students, guttation and transpiration both are different. Transpiration is the loss of water through the plant surface in daytime, while guttation is the appearance of drops of water on leaf tips or edges. Now we will discuss the last point, that is removal of other metabolic waste. Plants usually store the metabolic waste as harmless, insoluble materials. As they are harmless, they can be temporarily stored and then they are secreted. One method of getting rid of these metabolic waste is the yearly shedding off of leaves. During the leaf fall, all the metabolic waste are removed by the plant. In some plants, some special secretions are produced through stem or leaf. For example, in coniferous trees, resins are produced. Resins are solid or highly viscous substances which are secreted by the stems of the coniferous trees. Similarly, kikar plants secrete gums, which is a mixture of different types of carbohydrates and sugars. Rubber plant secrete latex, which is a mixture of water and elastic substances. Similarly, ladyfinger and carnivorous plants secrete mucilage, which is a sticky and thick substance. Till here students, we have discussed what is homeostasis and how plants maintain homeostasis. Thank you students.